Time now for Weather Watch with meteorologist Matt Makens.
Hope this Weather Watch finds you well. Let's talk about September. We had some notable changes for the Pacific Northwest, which was great. But then when you look at the drought conditions, we saw notable, in a negative sense, of drought growth in parts of the plains. And I'll pinpoint those areas for you. Then we'll have the October outlook. How will things change based on September? And honestly, quick aside there, October does not change much from what we recorded in September. Here is September in terms of rainfall. These green and blue shades for the Pacific Northwest, much wetter than average. In some cases by at least 400% or so of the average. And that was extreme coastal areas were the wettest. But then right next to it, very dry from Montana down into California. Hit and miss areas of moisture for the northern and central plains. Still a swath of some decent water came from southern South Dakota through Nebraska into western Kansas there. But then you hit Oklahoma and Texas where it was incredibly dry for the month of September. The east and the southeast, there along the Gulf Coast states, some tropical systems and remnants of tropical systems spread quite a bit of moisture that way. As far as temperatures, vast majority of the country was warmer than average, especially the Rocky Mountains and the high plains. October does not change very much from what we just recorded in September. Let's chat about the drought changes, and most notably looking here at Oklahoma and Texas, but mostly in Oklahoma. That's a class 2 to 3 degradation in drought or drought growth in that area. Very rapid growth. Eastern Colorado, drought has intensified. Texas, drought intensifying. Where we saw some great news was isolated, but sections of South Dakota, North Dakota, and Minnesota had some improvement. Not much improvement there in Iowa. As far as soil moisture is concerned, still very dry for the vast majority of our growing areas. Very dry in the Corn Belt. Most of our hay areas are dry as well, with the exception of the southeast. So soil moisture, we need a lot of water to improve that soil moisture outlook. Let's take a look at the outlooks for October. Again, like September, most everyone warmer than average, drier than average for the southern plains, so look for further drought growth in Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Colorado. A little bit of moisture for the Pacific Northwest, and off to the east, we'll see some wetter than average areas in October. I'm Matt Makens. That's this week's Weather Watch.